everybody, welcome back to another Stoneforge gaming video. Today I'm going to be looking over a particular model that I painted up in the last few weeks. It's for my Dwarven army. For those of you who haven't seen the Dwarven showcase video, you can go back and check that out. So I painted them in the same style, not necessarily in the same style, but in the same sort of coloration. And you can see here that I went with a little bit different than the way they showed the Belegar Ironhammer miniature, which is what this model is for those of you who aren't familiar. I did a few things differently. I love that cloak. It's the way that that's one of the major things that I changed about it, was the way that I did the cloak. Now, as you can see, it's still red, similar to the way they did a red color in theirs, but I pushed the colors, as you can see, more along up to like the yellows and the very bright oranges, with some very specific edge highlighting. So I went with a solid steel and gold sort of look for his armor, which I think really complements one another. I didn't go with a lot of brass or anything like that. I just wanted to make him look very regal, and I wanted to make this cloak kind of stand out with that and make it look almost like it's some sort of magical cloak or something. I did the gemstones. I'll zoom in on this one here. I did the gemstones in a similar effect, where I went from a very dark red all the way up to, believe it or not, a white, and then did a slight wash on the whole thing, and then put a gloss coat on that. And then for some of these other reds, I did a little bit less. I didn't want it to make every single piece look like it was that super bright yellow. So I dropped out the last couple of steps of that layering effect. I went with a black bearded because the black bearded dwarf king, because that's the king for that dwarven army. So that's just kind of the style that I went for. So as you can see, I kind of one of the other pieces that I changed quite a bit was the base here, which in Warhammer was, I believe, in Oathstone, is what they called it. I went for I still left it on there, even though I play Kings of War, and I don't necessarily, there's nothing in Kings of War necessarily for that. Not that you can't make something up, but I went for a little bit of a different look than the normal GW model, and I went for as you can tell, looks like a black marble effect, which I think turned out really, really well. I really kind of dig, although, as with everything, I'm not 100% happy, so if I ever do another black marble effect or just marble effect, I'll paint it slightly differently. I've based him up similar to some of the terrain that I've done in the last little bit. So yeah, all in all, I am very, very happy with the way this model turned out. I think that it's an excellent sculpt. For those of you who haven't painted this model or haven't looked into the last line of GW stuff that of the dwarves, not the new Fire Slayers or anything like that, but the dwarves before that, like the Iron Breakers, all that sort of stuff. It's quite amazing. The detail and everything like that is just astounding, just off the charts. So I'm gonna leave you guys with a couple of pictures, a couple of close-ups of this guy, and then I will see you all on another Stoneforge gaming video. See you guys.